do have the script. So here is that. Roll it.
And just finally, before we let you go, since we have you here, we haven't had a chance to kind of talk about some of the...
I'm not speaking about anything that's off topic. This is only about the president.
Well, what about...
Thank you.
All right, so Congressman Michael Grimm does not want to talk about some of the allegations concerning his campaign finances. We wanted to get him on camera on that, but he, as you saw, refused to talk about that. Back to you.
Why? Let me be clear to you. You ever do that to me again, I'll throw you off.
I just wanted to ask you. Why? It's a valid question.
I'm telling you what. No. You're not man. You're not man. Break you like a boy.
Break you in half like a... No, here it is, if you missed it. Obviously, I won't put in the word for the beep. Come on, Crane. No, I'm not like Ron Burgundy. I won't read everything on the prompter. Thank you very much, Santiago. What? Okay, here it is. I just wanted to ask you, said the reporter. Grimm, let me be clear to you. You ever do that to me again, I'll throw you off this beep balcony. Why? I just wanted to ask you if you ever do that to me again. Why? It's a valid question. No. You're not man enough. You're not man enough. I'll break you in half. I must break you. That's what it's from, obviously. Like a boy. Now, he's apologized. I get that, and I think his behavior is just awful. And you know, what gets me is there's a theme in this. I'm into finding themes and patterns. I'm like the NSA. And I look for a theme and a pattern. Here's a theme and a pattern. Listen to Brian Williams' report on this story and another story involving another representative. What is different? Roll it.
Florida Republican Congressman Trey Radel has resigned effective tonight. He pleaded guilty to misdemeanor cocaine possession a while back after making a purchase from an undercover police officer. The now former House freshman representing Fort Myers faces a year of probation. There will be a special election to fill his seat. A name from New Orleans' recent past went on trial there today. Ray Nagin, mayor of the city during Katrina, in court on bribery charges. In a 21-count indictment, Nagin is charged with accepting more than $200,000 in bribes in exchange for helping local businesses win city contracts. He is denying any wrongdoing.
Wait, now, what did we hear? We heard about the Florida Republican resigning. And then we heard about the Mayor Nagin. I've interviewed that guy. Unbelievable. So, what was it? Oh, sorry. It takes me a little while. Remember, it's Thursday. It's been a long week. The State of the Union. It just wore me out. So, we heard party affiliation. Now, this is not an uncommon thing, and the Media Research Center, bravo to them, newsbusters.org specifically, they've got a great crew over there highlighting this, but that's what happens. Now, remember also that a lot of people won't pick up on that, and you say, well, if it's an isolated incident, okay, but it's not. It's consistent. So where's your theme? I mean, you take this Republican New York congressman and the threat, and then you take another Republican congressman resigning, and there's a theme of omission and power and the use of it. Now, I think we are all, what Congressman Grimm did in New York is ridiculous, absurd, and wrong, and flat out. We don't like those bully tactics, do we? No, absolutely not. But what is President Obama saying when he starts working the pen as opposed to giving up, as Robert Gibbs spoke of changing Washington? It means I don't really have to try to convince you anymore. I can use power. What do we see in the sequester? We saw the use and manipulation of power. What did we see in the shutdown? The use and manipulation of power to punish What did we see with the IRS? Oh, speaking of the IRS, Ted Cruz interviewing Eric Holder, asking him to appoint a special prosecutor. This is very interesting, in fact. Cuts number 3 and 4, I believe. Roll it.
In my view, the integrity of the Department of Justice has been severely compromised. Predecessors of yours in both parties, Democrat and Republican, when faced with serious charges of abuse of power for partisan gain, have made the right decision and appointed special prosecutors. It would further justice and further the integrity of the Department of Justice for you to appoint a special prosecutor with a meaningful degree of independence to investigate and find out what happened. And I would suggest that any special prosecutor should have integrity beyond reproach and not be a major Obama donor.
Which actually is heading the investigation, major Obama donor, to which Eric Holder, Attorney General Holder, said, and this is again just part of his response, roll it.
I don't think that there is a basis for us to conclude on the information as it presently exists that there is any reason for the appointment of an independent counsel. I have faith in the career people who are handling this matter to do so in a way that is free of any kind of partisan or ideological tint, and to come to an assessment of the facts and the law based only on the facts and on the law. And the notion that somehow this has caused a loss of faith in this Justice Department, I think is inconsistent with facts.
Okay, so yeah, I got what you're saying. I'm really not really interviewing the people that were kind of closing up there, that were harassed. Remember, the vast majority of groups were pro-Israel, pro-life, Tea Party. These are the groups that were targeted. And I mean, you think about how the left always. I mean, there are movies about the manipulation of power and how that. Oh, it's so wrong. Don't do it. I mean, that's evil. But they always describe it as some right-wing Republican evil, right? It's never the left and the little totalitarian within coming in and doing it. No. Well, I mean, they want it to be fiction. I guess that's why. So. Based on real life. That's what you have. Yeah, we get it. No, not really feeling it. Now, Eric Holder's a liar. I've said this from day one. It never should have been confirmed in my estimation because of his dishonesty regarding the pardon of Mark Rich. And I've documented that. Go back in the shows and you could type in Crane Durham and Eric Holder, and I've had guests on talk about it, Andrew C. McCarthy being one of them, asking him about that. The point is I don't toss around liar like, oh, everybody's a liar. Crane just calls people liars. No, I actually go back and say, okay, this was knowingly misleading the American people. In fact, the person who was questioning him happened to be a Democrat who exposed it. That was way back in 2001. But let's move forward here and go to the issue at hand. Again, theme, power, corruption. So what do you do? How do you get your message out? What must you do? Because when you do get the rest of the story out, when you actually have people debate, I want to get cut 10 ready. When you have people actually discuss an issue, and you even go to the heavyweights like Newt Gingrich and Nobel Prize-winning economist Paul Krugman, and they have somebody talking about the impact of Obamacare and losing your specialist, like Senator Tom Coburn. Well, what happens? Roll it.
Did anything
Let me just point out, speeches are terrific. And Clinton came in and sold health care, and it lasted 4 days. And then it disintegrated in 1993, 94. The problem this president has is that this morning, Senator Tom Coburn announced he had lost his cancer doctor under the Obamacare bill.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of stuff,
it's a totally misleading story, by the way.
Of course it is, Paul.
Nobody has ever found that their private insurer has told them that the doctor they were using is no longer in network.
I know it's hard for you to hear this.
It's a garbage story. It really is.
Whether Newt is right or not about
but the point is, I think this is actually critical. Because the point is, Clinton talked health care and didn't happen. Obama talked health care and it did happen. And it's not going to be reversed. And that's the important news here. He knows he's got it. Yeah. Republicans know he's got it.
I'm glad you live in that world. In the country at large, day after day after day, people learning they have lost their insurance, people learning what the size of the cost of the new program is, people learning they can't go to their favorite hospital, they can't go to their favorite doctor. The president just peaked tonight.
He just peaked tonight. Now, when you hear that, you hear somebody just say, oh, it's garbage. But really it doesn't back it up, but to say, no, this is happening. People are losing, 6 million losing their coverage, and they may pick it back up on the other end, but they'll have to pay more. And when they start having opportunities to tell the truth. Now, Newt Gingrich pretty much can lay the smackdown on any liberal like that. That's why he won the debates, the majority of them. Because given the opportunity, one-on-one, nobody's going to beat. I don't see many people beating, if anybody, beating Newt Gingrich in a debate. Now, you spread it out, and they'll give him time to respond, or there's 8 people and throwing accusations out there. Yeah, I got that. That's why, remember, he was never really a candidate that was going to win. Remember, Nancy Pelosi said, oh, he'll never be that. Yeah, they say that. They're saying the same thing about Ted Cruz right now. They're calling him a whack job. Anytime those people on the left make the kind of statements they make and call somebody a whack job, or call a group a whack job, or call a medium like talk radio something that's dangerous and everything, or really doesn't influence but only influences and is the main reason why they can't get their agenda through. Remember, these are big-time compliments. Anytime somebody vilifies Christian conservatives, you know it's going to happen. You know it does happen. It's a compliment. They're recognizing that if we stand up, if we actually let our voices be heard, if we actually go out and cut through their false characterizations and people start to hear us for whom we really are, then they know they can't beat us, because the only way they can defeat us is to silence us. Is this a pep talk, Coach Crane? Yeah, it is in a way. Because I do want you to know I am hopeful. I hope you are too. Here's the question for you. MSNBC, not a friend to conservatives, okay? Not a friend to Christian conservatives. And there have been those that said, I think, and I haven't read the story, but there's always been a debate on, should leaders who are conservative go on networks that disagree with them? Should they go in? I remember Herman Cain laying the smackdown on all 5 MSNBC hosts. He was outnumbered that much. He dealt with it, and he took them on one by one. It was brilliant. Best thing after a debate. High point for Herman Cain in my estimation. So what do you think? 1-888-589-8840. 1-888-589-8840. Rachel Maddow, Representative Hulskamp, Republican. Did you know what happened? Well, this is quite a gem from their discussion last night, and then we'll get to your calls. I've got to pull up the number, and my apologies, but is cut number 5. Here's the exchange on Benghazi. Roll it.
Did you vote for the spending bill that just cut the security funding for American diplomatic facilities abroad? There was a significant cut to those diplomatic facilities in the last spending bill. Did you vote for that? Did you support that?
No, I did not vote for that bill.
Did you vote for the cut to diplomatic security facilities and their security before the Benghazi incident?
No, we had passed additional security measures as requested by the administration. But don't forget, the facts of the matter is Hillary Clinton did not request security enhancements. And we do believe that this administration let our troops and let this diplomat down. We need more answers there. We need answers about a lot of things. This administration promised to be the most transparent in history, Rachel, and I think if you would stop being a cheerleader and be a journalist, you'd recognize we're not getting those answers.
Did you just call me a cheerleader?
I don't know. Maybe you have that history. I'm saying look at the facts of the matter.
Hold on.
I'm saying you're a cheerleader for the administration.
Okay, so I'm a cheerleader?
You're not being a journalist when you're not willing to look at the facts. If it was Bush, you would be jumping and screaming.
You're
But because
amazing.
it's Hillary Clinton, you don't want the answers. Rachel, face the facts. We don't know the answers.
Tonight,
Bravo to Tim Holzcamp, pardon me, representative out of Kansas.